to tell you that this nice and delicious dish is very popular in our country. It's called Lomo Saltado. And this Lomo Saltado is a traditional Peruvian food, which made with stir fries that typically combines with marinade, strip of sirloin with onions, tomatoes, French fries, and other ingredients like red or green pepper. And it's typical served with rice. So we can start with Magda to do step by step this food and all the complements like rice and French fries. So Magda, you can start, please, with the first step.
Sure. I just want to know, is anybody cooking with us tonight? Or you're just learning a new recipe? Oh, Shelly, you're cooking with us. That's great. So please feel free to jump in and ask your questions. Sheila is there to help me out answer if I'm not paying attention. Yeah, so as
if she's going too fast, just tell her to slow down.
Yes, yeah. Please let me know. I tend to go so fast. Sometimes I make dinners in half an hour, so I could be really quick. So as Sheila said, this is a very traditional Peruvian dish from Creole cuisine. And I just also want to add that its origins come from the Asian Chinese culture because of the technique, the stir fry, the soy sauce, the high heat. We use also a wok for this dish because this is very thin and it helps to get more heat. Probably you know when Chinese cook, they put very high heat and they saute. So that's what its origins to this dish come from Chinese culture. So also, we eat this dish typically in Peru with rice and French fries. So sometimes people tell me, why do you add two starches? It's either potatoes or rice. So in Peru, if you ever go to Peru, most dishes are served with rice and potatoes. We love it that way. And if you were trying both, I'm doing the recipe, Shelly, for you. If you're cooking with us both, I will recommend doing it with rice and French fries so you can get the real flavors of Peru. So I will start, I think, Shelly, we could start doing the rice first.
Yes.
Because then when we go into the stir fry, we will cook the French fries and the stir fry at the same time. So let's start with the rice. I'm going to start washing it and getting my stuff open. I put a little bit of olive oil to start heating it. Then I'm going to wash the rice.
If anybody wants to find the ingredients for what Magda is cooking, you can find it on our website there under her cooking date there, and just click on the link and it'll bring up a picture of her dish and her menu and ingredients for cooking at a later time. And eventually we'll have this posted on our YouTube channel. Just search Cultural Fusion and Edmonton Intercultural Center, Cultural Fusion.
So for the rice, I don't know how everybody sometimes likes steamed rice. I usually use basmati rice. I wash it, I heat the oil, and then I kind of also stir fry a little bit of the rice. That way it cooks faster and it comes very nice and crispy. So I have here my stuff on. I'm heating it up with the rice. And I usually, for the rice, when I add the water, I add hot water. So I don't mix cold with the rice that is already hot on the pot. I use hot water. So I'm putting the rice right now. I refry the rice a little bit on the pot, and then I add hot water.
So apparently Shelly is way ahead of you. She's already made her rice.
Oh, good, good.
Yes, Magda, are you using the same quantity of water for the rice? Yes.
Well, for this kind of rice I use 1 cup of basmati rice and 1.5 of water. So that's kind of what works for me most of the time, but whatever works for you, you want to do it in your rice cooker, whatever rice, I think it's just fine.
So you use hot rice? The rice is, the water is hot?
Yes, hot water.
Okay, so the rice is cooking now. I put the heat a little bit low. Let the rice cook by itself. So now for the fries, for the potatoes, I have them ready here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start heating the oil to fry them. We have to do like French fries. So I cut the potatoes in batons like this. We normally cut it a little bit bigger than the normal French fries that we see at the restaurant. Sometimes they give us the very small fries. For this dish, the fries have to be a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna dry them a little bit. I grab for the fries not to burn in the water, so I usually put a tablecloth and I dry the fries here a little bit so they don't have water when we fry. So the oil is not just jumping on us when we're frying. So now that the rice is cooking, we're gonna start frying the potatoes at the same time that we're gonna start doing the stir fry, because this dish has to be eaten as soon as we finish it, because this dish might not taste very good as when it is right and hot. And that's what I'm trying to do, all these steps at the same time, okay? So I'm drying my potatoes first so I could be ready to fry them and start the stir fry, the Lomo Saltado, at the same time. So I'm drying here in my heating the oil already. I'm just waiting for the oil to be hot enough to put both things.
How hot? A burner, very hot.
Sorry? You could start, Shelly, if you got everything hot, you could start with the fries, or you could start with the stir fry with the beef. So one of the rules to make lomo saltado is that your pan, your frying pan or your wok, the oil must be very, very hot where you see a little bit of smoke coming out of it. That's when you put the beef. Also, if you are, according to the portions you're cooking, if you have, let's say 4 portions, you have to do it in 2 parts. Because if you cook a lot of beef, let's say you want to cook for 6 people, it might not really cook properly and you might not get the real flavor. So you have to do it in 2 parts. So I'm going to try to stew the beef in 2 parts. So I will add half of the meat I have here into the steaming wok. Then this. Not sure if you can see the smoke there, right?
So this meal you're cooking, Magda, is it for like 4 people?
Yes, typically is for the quantities almost for 4 people.
Okay.
So as you can see, this is steaming hot. So I don't cook the beef fully. I cook it at about 70%, and I put it out in a plate. I put it out in a plate. Now I'm going to do the second batch of it. So I put the wok back on the stove, and I get that it smokes again to add the second portion of my beef. In the meanwhile, I'm also putting the fries on the other side. So I'm cooking the fries at the same time.
So are the potatoes right now, are they like floating in oil, like deep frying, right? Or are they pan frying?
Can you answer that, Sheila? I didn't hear very well because the stove is moving.
I said, are the potatoes, are they deep frying, like floating in oil, or are they pan frying?
No, yes, with so much oil because you need like a crunchy potatoes, French fries, nicely. Maybe you can use a half a cup of oil for the French fries.
Okay, thanks. About a half a cup, you said?
Okay, so I cook the second batch at 70% again. So now I'm gonna put the wok back in the stove and I'm gonna start adding the onions. So I cut the onions julienne style, and also we cut it very, a little bit thick than the normal way we will cut julienne onions. The same with the tomatoes. You could cut them as thick as you like. The tomatoes will be, the onions will give all these juices that the Lomo Saltado requires. So my wok's going crazy here smoking, so that's good. So I could add the onions. So you could saute the way the Chinese restaurants do, but that's what it's this dish about. You have to saute. So I'm gonna add now. I add the onions. I'm gonna add the tomatoes, the garlic, the pepper. Rice is ready. So I'm gonna add here the garlic. I'm gonna add also the, so for this dish, if you want a little bit of spice and heat, you could add any kind of chili you like or hot pepper, but don't add too much because you will kill the dish. You add very little stripes or as much heat you like. I don't like spicy, so I'm adding yellow orange peppers. So I'm adding those peppers too. But if you add a little bit of chili to give it a kick of spice, that will give a very, very nice flavor to this dish. So I'm adding also the salt. Some pepper, black pepper, brown pepper. So with this dish, your wok's always smoking and you have to be quick on doing it so you get a warm dish. Okay, so what else, Sheila? Help me here. So now we can add vinegar.
Vinegar, soya sauce.
So how much you said of vinegar? 3 tablespoons, right?
Two spoons, yes.
2 tablespoons, okay. So I have here white wine vinegar. And Sheila, remind me when to add back the meat.
Yes, okay, don't worry. Vinegar and the soya sauce.
So I have 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. And how much of soy sauce, Sheila?
Even 2.
Soy sauce, 2 tablespoons as well.
Now you add the meat.
Sorry?
Now you add the meat.
So now I'm gonna
Yes.
add the pre-cooked meat that I did. I'll add to that, to the onions and tomatoes. This is looking good, so I'm gonna have a little taste to see the flavor.
Yes.
Pretty good. It's tasting pretty good. I gotta check the fries now because how are you doing there, Shelly? Are you following us?
I'm doing okay.
Good,
I
good.
think I burnt my first batch of fries, but I've got a small pot, so I'm putting some more in.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's good. I'm still on the fries too.
Okay, and I think I maybe gulped a bit too much soy sauce in, but I won't add any salt.
You know, I just did the same thing. So yeah, don't add salt on the fries and that will all complement. I didn't add salt on the rice too, so that will balance it so it's not too salty.
So Sheila, can you tell us a little bit about the Peruvian culture, the country, about Peru, and different different things that you might want us to know?
Our culture, we have a mix. If you are refer about food, we have a very mixed flavors. Like Magda said, is something from Asia because we use so much soya sauce in our dishes. Even the type of pot that Magda is using is a saucepan that we use in China as well. And our complement even is not only Chinese, it's a mix because Peru have a different flavor. Even we can eat fish. Is our representative food is called ceviche, and ceviche is our most popular as well food that every tourist we visit our country love it. It's a special dish with fish, but you only cook the fish with lemon, con lemon.
Lemon.
Yes, is like that. It's no saucepan. It's not something like a frying. You only add juice of lemon, and we eat in this way, no? And well, we have different dishes that we can try in our country. Even desserts, we have many types of desserts. One of the most popular is the mazamorra morada. Is made with maize. It's like a corn, purple color, and is typical from our country. You cannot find this kind of corn in another part of in another country, yeah. But we have different types of food, desserts. As Magda said, we are a mix, no, in our mix of culture. Yes, this is Peru in reference to food. Magda is almost finished the part of the Lomo Saltado because she needs to serve this flute hot. with that French fries and the rice. This is typical that she will for sure present this dish for all of us.
So Shelly, if your stir fry it's already done, you can put it a little aside because I'm also a little behind with the fries. So we don't want to overcook it because we want the tomato and the juices of it to be there. If we overcook, we lose the juices and also we lose the crispiness of the onions. They don't have to be totally cooked. They have to be a little bit, almost like the Italian said, al dente.
Are we adding oyster sauce? I noticed that.
So, sorry, Sheila, I forgot to tell you that, but I didn't add oyster sauce. I'm not a big fan of it, but feel free to add it right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna add the last part, which is the spring onions and the cilantro because my stir fry is basically ready to be served. So I'm gonna add this to the stir fry.
Yeah, this is like a complement. You don't need to cook the cilantro with the spring onion, no need to cook, only to mix and to feel the flavor.
Yes, so this is, stir fry is ready.
It's almost ready. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so my first batch of fries are ready. Let me try to see if they're well cooked. Yeah. So this recipe that we are doing right now, excuse me, it's from this renowned chef in Peru named Gaston Acurio. Gaston Acurio is one of the very well-known chefs in Peru who has taken Peruvian cuisine to many parts of the world, including Paris, New York, Washington, D.C. He has great books and great recipes. So this recipe that we have taken today, it's following his ingredients, his technique. So we hope that we are honoring him today. We are not chefs, but the recipes from him are really, really great. So my rice is ready. I'm just waiting for the second batch of fries. Our stir fry came ready pretty quick.
Maybe you can present the plate with...
Yes, I will do that as soon as my second batch of fries come out.
Okay.
I will start getting ready for that.
Okay, great.
A couple more minutes for my fries. There is Sheila was adding a little bit about our Peruvian cuisine. So in Peru we have 3 regions: the coast, the Andes, and the rainforest. So those 3 regions have a variety of cuisine. If you go to the coast, you could get really good ceviches, a lomo saltado like this, a lot of seafood. If you go to the Andes, you will get a chance to eat llama, goat, pork, guinea pig. The cuisine is more from the Andes, where people grow a lot of crops, such as corn, potatoes. So those are the staples of those regions. If you go to the rainforest, you will find more exotic dishes, such as fish or even monkey or all those wild animals, and also their fruits and their drinks are a complement to those meals. Sometimes cooking Peruvian food outside of Peru is very difficult because the ingredients are very local, and sometimes bringing them to Canada, it's difficult, but they don't taste the same. For example, as Sheila was saying, doing a ceviche, the lima we grow in Peru, has a very particular flavor. You could recreate that ceviche here, but it will never taste as a ceviche that you will try in Peru. There's many dishes that we can cook really, really yummy dishes, but sometimes the ingredients are hard to find and you have to adapt. Luckily with this dish, most of the ingredients, you could find it here in any store. So that's what we decided to make this particular dish today. How are you doing, Shelly? My fries are almost ready.
Great, I'm eating. It's delicious.
Oh, mine. Shelly, you were ahead of us.
Can you turn on your camera and show us what your results were?
Yeah, that would be great. Shelly, show us how it looking.
Can I take a close-up on it for us?
So I just need 1 more minute for my fries. All right, hold on. So now, with the fries, I like to add them on the, oh, look at that, Shelly. Look at Shelly's dish. Perfect. For mine, I'm gonna add the fries all and mix it with the stir fry, with the lomo saltado. So I'm adding them straight there. I think Shelly did a great job. So now I'm gonna mix it. In Peru, most restaurants you go, they mix the potatoes with the beef and the onions and tomatoes. It all comes together. So now let me dish up to see the final presentation. So here it is coming, my lomo saltado. And you could add a little bit of parsley on top, a little bit of spring onions just to decorate it a little bit. Okay, so
I'm not
this is the final dish. You see, it has to be warm and hot when you serve it. So now let me take a bite.
It looks very good. It's a relatively a quick dish to make, right?
Yes, if you have all the ingredients ready, yes. But if you start from scratch and preparing everything, it might take you about an hour. But because we had the ingredients ready, it's pretty quick. And the reason this dish has to be like that is because you have to quickly cook it and quickly serve it. It has to be served hot on the table. If you leave them sitting there here for an hour, it won't taste the same. It will still be tasty, but it won't taste the same. So let's see how mine came. Just gonna have the taste. Very good. I think I'm proud of myself. I'm not the best chef.
Rosa have a question. I think so.
Sure.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I can't see the dish. I can only see from your waist up.
So here's the dish.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Sorry, it's because I don't have a cameraman, so. But here it is. I mixed the potatoes with the stir fry. Shelly put the fries on the side, which is fine too. Many people does that way. I like to mix it so the potatoes also get all the flavors of the tomato, the onion, the white vinegar. So the whole flavors mix it, and then when you eat with the rice, tastes really good. Okay. So here it is.
Yeah, I see now. Thank you.
I think Shelly's already eating. She put her screen off. Shelly, I hope you're enjoying it.
Okay, well, that was a quick meal, and I'd like to thank you very much for sharing, both you and Sheila, sharing your cuisine with us. Hope you have a good meal tonight. It looks very tasty, right? And just everybody that's on, I thank you for joining us. And if you get a chance to cook this dish, it looks very appetizing. Now, for next week, I just want to tell everybody that next week, our cuisine next week is Sudanese cuisine, and our chef is somebody that Magda knows. It's Kiki will be doing Sudanese cuisine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that, and anybody is welcome to join us. The ingredients will be posted beginning of the week online on our website. So thank you very much, ladies. Appreciate you sharing your culture and your cuisine there with us. Okay, so have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for being present. If you have any questions about the recipe, feel free to drop me an email, or if you want to us to share with you another Peruvian recipe, let us know.
Yeah, the ingredients are all listed on our website too.
Yes, so. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Fun.
Bye-bye.